Damn Opinion, where fact, fiction, logic, lewdness, history, and humor combine for pure chaos. DamnOpinion.com.
These are the stories that you hear when no one's listening.
Yeah, these are things that we do behind the scenes, and then we record them for some reason.
I don't know why we do that, but we do. So let's get into it.
Here we go now.
You know, there's tribes that actually have a language of clicks.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, I this is not a joke. I literally saw a tribe that was recorded that actually had verbiage, and then in the middle were clicks.
Yeah, I saw a YouTube where everyone is telling you their name and with their clicks, like I'm, and somebody else has a different one.
How would you? I guess you could train it because
It's just rhythm and a little bit of melody.
Echo and click echo.
Yeah, I mean it's the same as any language.
Yeah,
I mean, I mean it's just foreign to us, but if you grew up with it, you wouldn't think it was that weird.
That would be anything.
Pretty much, yeah.
so who are you to judge?
Yeah.
Well,
What would you want your name to be if it was in clicks?
if it was in clicks,
That's too long of a name for me.
wouldn't you want it in some kind of like cadence?
Yeah.
I want it to be.
Yeah, or just like people are losing their dentures.
This is not good.
This is where when if we have video, it would be so much fun.
I'd take a long time to order at the drive-thru. That's all I know.
Wow. How would they put that on your Starbucks cup? What's your name, sir?
Hey, do you ever have like a fake go-to name for Starbucks?
No. What is the
lots of
best?
do.
What is the best fake go-to
Yes,
name?
James
yours?
Smith.
Really?
Wow.
Why don't you do John Smith?
Or Mr.
Why would I
Smith.
give a fake name at
You
Starbucks?
should, Mr. Smith. That's what it should.
Do you go in and give a fake name at Starbucks?
Sometimes, just to be weird.
They probably love it because it's so monotonous.
Yeah.
And what do you use?
Just whatever comes to mind. Rocky, Emmanuel,
How do you spell that, sir?
Right, exactly. And I'll be like, I don't know how to spell Emmanuel. It's too many syllables. Jeez. Wow. Captain Morgan. That'd be fun. And then, they laugh if you said something like Captain Morgan.
I even rarely go to Starbucks, so.
I have turned into a Dutch bro. I have to say.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me because it is
That's
so
sweet.
sweet.
That's really sweet.
Oh,
Agreed. Okay. Until I found out, number one, that they have more sugar-free drinks than anything else. And I like sugar-free. And you can ask for half the sweet or no sweet, which is what I do.
so what are you getting at Dutch Bros?
I'll just get whatever hot coffee with half sweet and sugar-free. So it tastes better.
Whoa. You're getting what?
Like a hot coffee, like whatever.
You're getting hot black coffee with half sweet. That makes no sense. What are you getting?
They have all these
So
different
you
flavors.
pull up to the window and you order.
Wait. Let's.
You don't walk up and go, "I want
Wait.
half coffee with a half sweet."
Hold on. Let's actually act this out. You ready?
Hello, welcome to Dutch Bros.
No.
Can I help
It's, hi, what can I get for you?
Oh, okay.
And you forgot the loud music of teenage.
Well, I
music.
can't do all of it.
So yeah, I'll just say I want a golden eagle, for instance.
Okay,
A golden eagle.
that is not black coffee.
Yeah. I didn't say it was black coffee. Just whatever flavor the golden eagle has. I don't know if it has
What?
sugar-free caramel or whatever.
Let's look up what is the Golden Eagle.
Or the 911, which seems like
Which will happen if you have too much sweet.
Yeah, that's 6 shots of espresso. I call it the 911, and they kind of look at me weird, so I don't know. So there's the Irish, there's whatever.
That's when they hand you the drink, they just drop it to the ground.
The Dutch Bros Golden Eagle is creamy espresso drink made with half and half vanilla syrup, caramel sauce, and espresso.
There you go.
It's topped with whipped cream, and a caramel drizzle can be served hot, iced, or blended.
My gosh. So basically,
Some say
just,
it's one of the sweetest drinks on the menu.
Exactly. So now take the caramel and vanilla syrup, and it's sugar-free, and then do half sweet, and it tastes normal.
When you say half sweet,
I don't know what that means.
instead
but
of two shots vanilla,
half-
they do one.
instead of your vanilla syrup,
No, they just do one shot.
Right. Instead of like 2 pumps, maybe it's 1 pump, whatever. It doesn't taste as sweet as it usually is. And as soon as I found out there was a thing called half sweet, I thought to myself, I can handle the teenage music. And how I think they must talk to you at the
They're always really, really pumped up.
yeah. So like, you can have some fun with that if you think about it. Oh my God.
How you doing today, sir? What are you doing today?
Right. And then you can just make something up. Right? It's like, well,
what
my
is
mother,
with you and lying?
my mother-in-law died or whatever, and just watch them try
I'm
to
sorry to hear about
navigate that shit. Right? Or whatever. I'm going to ride a horse tonight. Whatever. What do I talk about this? What kind of horse? You just make up a horse. You just whatever. I mean, you have to talk to
I
him
call him
because they're talking to
Rigatoni.
you.
He's got one eye.
Yeah.
You could hold up your phone and say, I'm on the phone, and roll up the window.
That's true. That's true, but I wouldn't get my drink, Anyway, the point being is that, and then I also have, on the first Wednesday of every month, they give you a Dutch Bros sticker. A sticker. And
He is a kid.
Duh.
so now you want to know March's sticker was the coolest. It had a little alien spaceship with little aliens in it. And it says something like, I want more coffee or coffee.
So on the first of the month, they just give you a sticker.
Yeah, the first Wednesday of every month.
First Wednesday.
But it's my goal to collect all 12 of them for the year 2025. I don't think I'll care after that, but I just want to do it this year.
You'll have all 12 stickers and diabetes.
That's right. No, it's all sugar free. It's all sugar free.
Okay.
With half sweet. And honestly, there's only one sugar free syrup at Starbucks. So, let's go with this. Starbucks has so many different things, and you would be surprised to think they only have one sugar free syrup. You can only get like a vanilla, and that's it. They have sugar free caramel. They have sugar free Irish mint or whatever.
They've got lemon loaves and cake pops and donuts. And
I don't drink any of those.
And what do you drink?
When I go to Starbucks, I have 3 things I'll drink: black coffee, the hot white mocha with no whipped cream.
Okay.
They call
That's
that,
usually
they
on a
call
road
that
trip.
The,
I like that.
They call it the Charlize Theron.
The hot white mocha. I'll get that on a road trip. It's rare that I get that one, only if we're going on a long and I got to drive. And then I do like in the summer sometimes their pink drink.
Oh, that's right. We had a whole podcast
Pink drink
on the pink drink.
is good.
It's refreshing with the strawberry. I'm sure there's some, because it's coconut milk, strawberries, and I'm sure there's some kind of sweet thing in there, but it's pretty refreshing.
Yeah,
and so
it is.
if my wife is out and she's like, I'm picking up Starbucks, then I'll be like, but it's got to be like 100 degrees out, and I like the pink drink.
I like my order at Starbucks, which is a large, hot, skinny blonde. And I'm not even kidding. I don't say venti, so it's a large, hot, skinny blonde. And then there you go.
My wife can drink coffee at any time of day. Doesn't affect her.
Same thing with me. The only time that it's ever affected me in the last 30 years is one time on New Year's Eve. I was just at home alone, and I drank 20 cups of coffee.
You were suicidal?
I don't know what I
on
was
New
thinking.
Year's alone? I can't go into the new year.
Hold on. You actually started keeping count?
Well, you just a coffee pot. A whole coffee pot is 20 cups.
Yeah.
Technically, right? So I drank a whole coffee pot of coffee. And then it was like 1:30 in the morning, and I was watching a movie and I was fine, and then I went to bed and I was like, oops, I'm going to be up all night. Damn it. But I can drink a cup of coffee and go right to bed. No problem. So
That shows you have ADD right there.
I have such ADD. I really do. But it's not as bad as the other 2 people that I live in this house with. Let me just tell you that.
You know why it's bad?
Why?
Because you only live with one. So the other one you're seeing
It's all over
there,
the
buddy.
place. Yeah. Yeah.
Right now, I am on the Girl Scout cookie binge because we have 10 boxes at the house.
What's your favorite?
It's Thin Mints.
Thin Mints.
Thin Mints are delicious.
And you put them in the freezer, right?
Of course.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Thin Mints
And
are
you,
really good.
you when you bite them and you crunch them in your mouth, you swirl all your saliva around there to get it all kind of like a mushy.
Do you drink milk with that?
Yeah.
Sometimes I crush them up and put them in ice cream.
Oh, that would be delicious. I like the coconut ones, with the chocolate stripes.
Yeah. What are those called?
I forget.
Because they used to be called Samoas. But you can't call them that anymore. It's called
they have a
something
different
else.
name.
It's called like Freebirds or something. I don't know what it is. I am so mad. Now I got to find out what it's called.
They used to be Samoas, but that's
Wait a
not
minute.
anymore.
That's a brilliant idea.
Caramel Delights is what they're called.
No.
Caramel Delights. It just
No, Thin Mints. I do like the peanut butter cookie ones because I'll usually get a couple boxes of those because I won't eat those right now. I stick those in the freezer because when I go backpacking in the summer, a sleeve of those in your backpack, they're pretty rugged and they won't melt and they'll stay in your backpack. And that's a good little snack when you're backpacking.
It's a hiking tip from James Smith.
Yeah. Eat the peanut butter Girl Scout cookies.
well, I tend to like the lemonades.
Oh, lemonades are good.
Yeah, have you had those?
Uh-huh.
Okay, those are pretty good.
But I think your idea about Freebird cookies was brilliant
How's that?
because you could just make cookies out of every famous rock band ever.
Oh, wouldn't that?
Can you
be
imagine the
great?
Led Zeppelin? Oh, that would be so good.
What
Motley Crue.
Oh,
Wait.
Motley Crue.
Motley Crue would just be every
kind of
cookie
yes.
put together, right?
That would be so.
What would
good.
be the Led Zeppelins?
I don't know, but I don't want the meatloaf.
That's true.
You're the ones that would melt in your mouth.
What?
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith?
Yeah, just melt.
It would just melt in your mouth.
melt
But
in
what
your
flavor would that be?
mouth. I have no idea. Divinity would be kind of just melt in your mouth.
Ooh, like Divinity. Okay. Why wouldn't you make the Divinals Divinity instead?
Because they sing "I Touch Myself," and I might be doing that.
I'm drawing a blank, but what would the good Girl Scout cookie bands be?
Girl Scout cookie bands.
You could get the AC/DC cookie.
That's true. It'd be like black.
Like
a black
white.
and
It
white.
would be on both sides. Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. White stripes could be like,
yeah,
dark
it's
cookie
pretty
with
obvious.
white stripes on it.
That's a good one. The Pink Floyd could be like an animal cracker.
That'd be delicious.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I don't think I'd ever buy the Wham.
Probably not. Glass animals would be dangerous for your teeth. Okay. What else? I mean, Prince would be a purple cookie, obviously.
Well, yeah, that's.
But it would be in a weird shape. That would be kind of cool to try to eat it.
You could get the Madonna cookie.
Yeah.
There'd be hair in it. There would be hair in it somewhere.
What would the Madonna cookie be?
It'd be a big cross. It'd be the Madonna.
Oh, that's true. And it would just be flavorless.
I know your love for Madonna.
Oh,
No love for that. It wouldn't taste like anything. It would have no class, and it would just crumble when you touched it. Okay. There we go.
wow.
And you say, I'm the cranky old man.
Okay, you know what the favorite would be, and we haven't even thought of it. The Doobie Brothers would sell like hotcakes. People would be like, "I'm buying more of those Doobie Brothers."
This is so true.
Here we go now.
Got an idea for a topic? Who knows? We may reach out and use your suggestion on air. Let us know and visit damnopinion.com.
We were like C50 or something stupid like that. So we got on, and I told her when we get on, just immediately look and just throw your bag in anything you kind of see. And we didn't have our rolly suitcases. We had the backpacks that we use. So that's so much better on the walking because the suitcases, you know, they're not flexible, right? My bag, I can shove in between like two suitcases.
Yeah.
So anyway, we shoved them in. We're getting to the back of the plane, and you know and I told her just pick where you want to go. So she grabs a spot, I grab a spot, and this lady comes in, a couple people behind us, and she's walking to the back of the plane, and the stewardess is like, "Well, we're pretty full back here," and she's like, "Well, I'm seat 30." And the lady's like, "We don't have assigned seating," and she's like, "No, I'm C30." Because she was in line in the C boarding on C30. And she's like, I have C30. Gosh. And there was a couple of us. I didn't say anything, but it's like, you've never flown Southwest before, ever, obviously. She thought she was C30.
Wow. But
What was C30 open?
I don't know. I didn't even look.
Jeez.
So she was headed to the back of the plane.
I wonder
Where
how
30
people
was.
survive in life. I really do.
I do the same.
I'm like, you're 40 and you've made it this far.
Yeah, so she sat down next to me. There was an open seat next to me. She sat down next to me, and she was on her TikTok or whatever the whole flight, laughing out loud with her headphones in. She was a middle-aged, older Asian lady, and then when the plane landed, she got up, and she got her bag immediately, and as people are standing up, she started meandering her way through.
Oh, God.
Everybody up to the front.
Wow.
All about you, lady. All about
One,
you.
I don't like those people. Two, I don't like the people who get up when they're in row 40 because they think they're just going to get off. It's like,
Yeah,
no.
and now they're just...
They're just standing there.
Yeah.
I wish when we came back, we flew to Burbank. We had a connector we went Phoenix, Burbank, and Burbank back to Sac. And we had like 45 mile hour was nothing. And at Burbank, you get out the back of the plane. You get out either
Sweet.
front or back.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah.
oh, old school, bitchin', down the
Yeah,
stairs.
that's cool.
And then when we boarded the plane, you could do either. So we came out the door, and there was a huge line up the ramp, and they told you, go either. I was like, honey, we went to the back of the plane, got up. We went halfway down the plane
Yeah.
because people were still jamming in
Yeah.
the front. We got halfway down the plane, ducked in, put our stuff up. Perfect.
You know, people are sheep, man. They just follow the crowd.
Yeah,
What do they do?
I wait, I read. We land, I keep reading. Let everybody stand up. Where you going?
Unless there's something that I absolutely are going to be late for or something, I mean, I will just let everybody go, especially when I'm by myself.
That reminds me of a funny story. When I had dinner with my daughter the other night, she was telling me they flew, where did they fly? Portland? Wherever they were going. Emily gets to the airport and they go to get in TSA, and Emily has to pee. She's got to go to the bathroom bad.
I hate those moments.
So she's in TSA and she's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So they put their stuff down and she goes to walk through the scanner where you put your hands up, and the scanner picked up her bladder.
No.
Her full
What?
bladder. And the lady's like, you have something there. And Emily's like, I got to go to the bathroom. And the lady's like, okay, well, I have to give you a really good feel up, basically.
Oh, my.
Or I can take you in the room
So
over
she's
there.
going to squeeze the piss out
Or
of
I can take you in the room over there and do a thing away from everybody. And Emily's like, I got to go just do it. So Emily said she gave her the full cavity search kind of thing. Not cavity, but the full search. And Emily's like, I got to pee. And she's squeezing my bladder. And it's like, okay, you don't have anything on you. And Emily's like, no. So don't go through TSA with the full bladder.
Wow.
It shows up on the scanner
Wow.
as liquid.
Gosh. Yeah.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's horrible.
That is crazy.
Okay, so the other thing is my nipples are really chafed.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
I still don't understand why guys have nipples.
Actually,
I mean, if we are really evolving as a species, wouldn't they have been gone by now?
yeah, I mean, outside of you can lactate as a male.
How?
I don't know. They just drip.
How?
I don't know. Like
What are you dripping?
I guess it's milk.
How would we do titty twisters if we didn't have nipples?
Yeah.
You'd just be one-sided.
Yeah, and we'd get sued. But dudes, you can be like, "Eh."
I'm still trying to figure out how they lactate.
Now, let me ask you this though. In all seriousness, have your nipples ever been chafed?
Chafed?
Yeah.
Okay, not chafed, but I
Have
remember.
you ever had a bloody nipple?
Yes. Yes.
Well, especially you're a runner, so that happens when you run.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Not
what it is.
Every time, but like when I run, like the shirt I have on now, this decal,
Yes.
if that thing is over it and you go a long way, it'll rub that thing. Some people put like tape on it or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, you know how running for Rhett, I usually run in a running for Rhett shirt. Running for Rhett's face is right over it. So I have a shirt that I got.
You have a young boy chafing your nipple.
So I do have a young boy chafing my nipple. So I have a shirt that I did for Ragnar that just says running for Rhett like at the top. And that's what I race in. Just to avoid that. Oh, I've seen guys finish the race and blood is streaming down their shirt.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I had a football jersey that would do that to me, and then I realized wear a shirt under this.
Okay.
And like I said, some people will put the K tape You
Right.
know that, and you just put the K-tape on it.
So I do want to know, because as a runner, I am not a runner. I want to know that obviously blisters on your feet are a big thing. So you find the right shoes, whatever the socks they have.
Socks.
And it's got to be the right socks. I know that. But what else on your body other than your nipples and your blisters on your feet? What other things happen?
Oh, chafing is a big one.
Is it in your groin area?
So dudes will get groin. My wife will get it like around her bra strap,
Your wife wears she wears a sport bra.
a sports bra.
Okay.
And so she'll get it around those areas. She'll chafe pretty good.
Wow.
So chafing's on this. So you can buy the squirrel nut butter.
Oh,
That's what it's called.
delicious.
It's called
Yeah.
squirrel nut butter
Squirrel nut butter.
to rub in your areas.
There's a rub and a spray.
So
that you put on your nipples.
Put wherever you chafe.
Oh, okay.
So some people, depending on the underwear you wear, might chafe in the groin area.
Yeah.
Again, you might chafe under your arm, wherever you might chafe.
you know what? I love companies that come up with good names. Like, for example, when you're surfing, you buy sex wax.
Yeah.
Sex wax is the wax you rub on the board so you can stand up on it when it's wet.
And Gorilla Glue is kind of fun.
Yeah. And then the squirrel nut butter. That's awesome.
That's
Yeah, I
the
think the
best.
squirrel nut butter, especially the spray, I think you could probably use Pam. It might even be the same thing. And you might probably smell better with the avocado Pam. Because it's just a slick...
Can you see this happening in the conversation? Your wife's like, what is that smell, Pam? What? What, Pam? Who? I could just see that.
Because in all the times I've run, I've never chafed. And then this last training session, the underwear that I bought was chafing the underside of my balls like
James,
nobody's.
No.
At about 7 or 8 miles, the first couple training runs I did over 7 or 8 miles, I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" So hello, squirrel nut butter.
No, let's be real. It's not your underwear. It's because they're starting to hang.
They're starting to hang
You're
down.
getting old.
They're so huge.
We actually, though, I do want to say this. Since we were talking about squirrel nut butter, right?
Yeah.
Here is a list of the top 25 funny real brand names,
Mr. Zog's Sex Wax.
Yeah, sex wax.
Going Postal is one. That's like kind of
Well,
a
you have to tell us what it
store.
is.
It's like a UPS store.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Salmonella's, which
That's
is a pizza place.
Sam and Ellis.
Sam and Ellis. Yeah, that's pretty good. You've heard of this. Well, especially if you go to Missouri, it's called Come and Go. It's like an AM PM. It's come KUM and go.
Ooh,
Those are in the South.
That's really
Yeah.
close. That's just a bad spelling hillbilly that didn't know the right way to spell it.
Yeah. It's like so suggestive, but everybody wants to come and go.
Sure.
I guess.
Just like In and Out.
Yes. Jitters Coffee Shop. Pass more gas and propane. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Amagon Funeral Home.
Amagon.
Yeah. Tequila Mockingbird.
That's
Oh, that's great.
That's cute.
That is really great. It's some sort of a bar. Chewing Butts. And it's a tobacco.
Cigar? I was going to
tobacco.
cigar house.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one. Stubbs Prosthetics and Orthotics.
Well,
That's-
they make Stubbs barbecue sauce too, but it's not the same.
Yeah, that's a guy's last name. Maybe this is a guy's last name.
That's really
Who
good,
knows?
Stubbs.
Yeah. Let's see here. Spruce Spring Clean. How about that?
Why is the Dewdrop Inn not on that list?
It might be.
Oh, yeah. Should be.
I'm trying to think. When we were in Arizona, there was a salon that had a funny name like that.
Curl Up and Die Salon?
It was something like that.
Because that is one of them here.
it was similar.
Donkey Balls Coffee and Chocolate.
I would love that.
Fiddler on the Tooth. Dentist.
Wow.
That's good. I'd go to that.
Bunghole Liquors. That's
What?
always good.
What is that?
Well, it's what is that? Those guys? Beavis and Butthead. Bunghole.
It's still my favorite one. I have a picture of it on my phone somewhere when we went to Vegas years ago, and there was the BJ buffet.
Oh, yeah.
The BJ Buffet.
I took a picture of it, and I think you're in the picture.
Well, and what's
in front
funny?
of it.
What's funny is it may be true. It's Vegas. You never know.
There's a burger joint called Hindenburger. Maybe
Wow.
not so great. A Thai place called Titanic.
Oh, that's
cute.
That's good.
4 more. Masturbate and Tackle, of course. We've heard of that. Assault and Battery Fish and Chips. Assault and Battery.
I got
Oh,
it.
boy. Just Falafels. No, just Falafs. just for laughs, just for
Got
laughs.
it. Got it.
Okay, 2 more. The Little Hope Cemetery and I'll Cut Your Hair Studio.
Well, right near
No,
us.
I'll Cut You Studio.
Oh, that's good.
I'll Cut You Hair.
There's a Thai place near us. You know, it's called Pho.
That's not a Thai place. That's a pho place.
Well, it's a pho place.
Yeah.
But there's actually a place near us, and I forget the exact name, but it's like Pho Q.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's a whole bunch of places like Fucking Great
Yeah.
Place or whatever.
Pho, and then King. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's spelled F or PHO.
PHO and then KING.
Yeah. Pho. It's lots of fun.
I was thinking about the other day, you know what's funny is we actually brought back in science an extinct animal. They actually brought the DNA, created the animal, brought it back to life. And then it was the only one, so obviously they couldn't recreate it, so it died. So it's the only species, and I don't remember what it was, but it's the only species in the history of the world that was alive, went extinct, came back to life, and went extinct for the second time.
Wasn't this the woolly mammoth mouse or something?
Something like that. But
He
it's
has
like,
no idea, but he's going to talk.
but I'm thinking to myself,
Get your facts
that's
straight.
I don't care about that. What I cared about was if I could choose an animal to bring back that was extinct,
Okay.
what would it be?
Well, for me, I think it would just be the dodo. I've heard so much about this dodo bird being extinct. It just seems like it would be fun to have it around, right?
Like
It's a
you have it
goofy
as
bird.
a pet?
Yeah, they're goofy birds and stupid, right? And it seems like it'd be fun just having them walking around all over the place. Right?
Don't we already have enough dumb birds going around?
I don't know, but it just seems like it would be fun with a name like the dodo, right? I mean, it'd be fun just to say, "Hey, look, there's a dodo," right?
That's
I mean, what are you going to do? Bring the T-Rex back? I mean,
no, but there's there was a Tasmanian tiger that they could bring back. Saber-tooth tiger they could bring back.
See, those are no fun. I'm going pterodactyl.
Oh yeah, that would be dangerous.
Because
Whoa.
the other animals, they can hide and run around. The pterodactyl is going to go flying through the sky, and you're going to be just roaming along, and that thing comes flying at you, huge in the sky.
Can you imagine a 20-foot wingspan with those claws and that beak come flying over your head?
Yeah, I'm saying pterodactyl.
well, where would he build his nest? On your house? He'd ruin all your solar panels.
No, he's big enough. I think he'd have to do it like on top of a hotel.
Yeah, probably.
So
And
they'd
then
go to light the beam for the kings, and it'd be like,
well,
wake up the pterodactyl.
We still don't know if pterodactyls even have feathers because all these dinosaurs, we're starting to think a lot of them may have had feathers.
That's true.
So, do we have any DNA of a pterodactyl?
No, everything we have is stuck in amber. I think the biggest thing we've ever found was a lizard stuck in
Like the
amber.
oldest thing.
like
you
a
mean.
gecko. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The saber would be nice. The T-Rex is pretty good.
Come on.
I want to no. Give me a stegosaurus.
Little baby arms.
No way.
You would surely love to see even a video of that, right? Knowing it's real.
Yeah.
And you would definitely go visit it.
5 or 6 of those things roaming loose. Okay,
Why
we're gonna put it into the wild in the Sierras.
Why wouldn't you bring back a brontosaurus? One of these giant things.
That'd be fun, but they just eat leaves. What fun is that?
Yeah. Plus, how are you going to feed it? I mean, these are big, giant. We don't have enough leaves to feed these things. There used to be giant trees as well that goes with the giant monsters on Earth.
We need a little fear. You go to Yosemite and you're like, look at the buffalo, and out comes a freaking T-Rex, eats a couple visitors.
I'm thinking more like in lines of what would you truly enjoy? Like a giant dragonfly flying around, one of these giant ones.
No,
That would be great. It can eat all the mosquitoes.
What if it bit back then?
Well, it's going to eat the mosquitoes.
No, what if it bites you?
I feel like I can defend myself against a giant fly. The dragonflies are cool.
What fun is that?
Because you're not going to get eaten. Gosh.
Okay, I figured I just want to bring back the Cro-Magnon man. Just bring back a caveman.
Well, there's a lot. We still have a lot of DNA of the, what is that called? Is it Cro-Magnon or is it, what's
Just
the next
cavemen?
Neanderthal.
Neanderthal. We still have a lot of Neanderthal in us. Like I did my DNA testing and I'm like 62% Neanderthal or something. I'll tell you what I am.
So we shouldn't We don't need to bring.
We don't need to bring it back. We are already
62% Neanderthal, 48% serial killer.
Dodo.
Exactly. I'm just saying that we already basically we kind of melded together, and we didn't realize.
Genetics?
I'm just saying, I don't know if it's this one here, but it will tell me.
How many
Let's
have
see
you
here.
done? You don't trust the first one?
Well, I did 23andMe, and now they are selling
Yep.
the company. So it'll probably go to Russia.
You can delete
They'll
your
use
23andMe, by
What
the
do
way.
you mean
information.
probably? You're probably already, there's clones of you in some lab in Bolivia right now.
Exactly. You can delete it, but that'll be my stuff.
Please no. Please
The clone
no.
wars are going to start. Here comes 1,000 bills.
Oh my gosh. I would surrender day one.
Yeah. It's so hard to find what I am. But anyway, I am a little bit Neanderthal. I know that. Well, I mean, I did 23andMe and I did Ancestry. One of them shows your Neanderthal traits, and I do know that I have a little bit of...
I would think we all come from a good percentage of Neanderthal.
Yeah, I'm absolutely positive. So, But that's how that goes. What do you have any Neanderthal in you?
No.
Did you do it?
Oh, I'm just alien.
Okay.